Hello everyone, my name is Hanyang and I'm a junior at Hanyang University Business School. In this video, I will explain about my final paper in the fixed income securities class. My paper's title is Case Study on Apple's Green Bond, Tracking the Evidence of Greenia. As I explained in the midterm presentation, in my paper, the keywords are green bonds and greenium. And the main is that to find the evidence of greenium in Apple's green bond is the main point of this paper. So as I explained in the midterm paper, the green bond market is emerging and growing very fast. And the Apple's green bond is one of the Apple is one of the technology company to first issue a green bond. So in the literature review explained is this graph is the main graph, the idea that derives this paper is in order to find the evidence of greenium, you have to compare a green bond and a conventional bond that is very similar to the green bond and compare the spread between it and then come out the conventional to green spread. If the conventional to green spread is positive, it means that the YTM of the green bond is lower than the conventional bond. And that also means that the price of the green bond is more higher, making that a premium. So as this is the literature review is conducted on the Apple's first bond, which was issued in 2016 and maturing in 2023. After the first issuance of the Apple's first green bond, there has been two more green bonds issued. And this paper will focus on analyzing the second and third green bond issued by Apple with the same research method to finding out the conventional and green spread of it. So I selected most of the data from the Bloomberg, which is the important data is actually from number 2 to 5. This number 2, so as I said, there are two green bonds now issued after the first green bond. If you look at this summary of the Apple's green bond issuance, the previous literature review analyzed this first green bond, which matured in 2023 February. Now, as Apple issued two more green bonds maturing in 2027 and 2031, they are now currently traded in the bond market. And so I extracted the price and YTM data of these two bonds to analyze. So the number 2 is the Apple's second green bond, price and YTM data. And the third is to compare with this second green bond, I selected the conventional Apple bond that is similar to this bond. And the fourth and fifth is about the third green bond. So on the Bloomberg, this is the graph data that I analyzed is that the price and the YTM of the Apple second green bond from 2017 from the issuance to currently right now in 2023 October. And the second is the Apple's conventional bonds price and YTM comparing with the second green bond. I'll give a quick look at my the security information of the second green bond. So this is the second green bond. The par coupon value, coupon rate is 3%, semi-annually, the maturity in 2027, with the green bond and issuance volumes of $1 billion. And to find a similar bond, I found a similar bond which the bond details are that another coupon rate 3% paid semi-annually $1.5 billion issued in November 2017 and maturing in 2027. The coupon rate, payment frequency, and the maturity is very similar to second bond, and so it's arguably the appropriate comparison target. So and then the price and YTM data is as shown like this. And third green bond that Apple issues, the price and YTM from 2019 to 2023 until now is like shown as this. And if I show the security information about this third green bond, actually third green bond was divided in two green bonds in the bond market, one with 0.5 coupon rate, one with zero coupon. And this was what is special about this bond is that currency was issued in euro. So with the amount of 1 billion euro and an annual coupon payment frequency maturing in 2031 was this bond detail, the third bond. And since the bond with the zero coupon was not appropriate for comparison, I selected this bond, this typical bond, as the Apple's third green bond. So, and then the price and YTM data is as shown. And then the fifth data is about the Apple's conventional bond price and YTM to compare with third. This was actually the hard part of this paper because that the third green bond was issued at a 0.5 coupon rate, but there was no conventional bond that was issued close to this coupon rate. Most of them were over 2%. And I had to mention that there are currently 131 bonds traded in the bond market right now, and 3 of them are the green bonds now. So, and there was not an exact similar conventional bond to compare with this, but I chose the most close one, which the bond detail showed as since the bond was issued in euro, I chose a coupon that was issued in euro. Also, the coupon rate paid annually with a coupon rate of 2%. And also the issue date and the maturity date did not match exactly, but this bond was issued in 2015 and maturing in 2027. So I chose this bond because the coupon payment frequency and issue currency was same with third bond, and most of the period issue and maturity time period covers the traded bond period of the green bond. So I suggest this as the most appropriate comparison target. And the price and YTM of tendency shows like this. And the sixth data was about the z-spreads of Apple's third green bond over comparing with the similar bonds in the bond market right now. And for data analysis, now through this data, since I extracted the YTM data, I now simply made a conventional to green spread. And as I mentioned before, that if the conventional to green spread comes out in positive, then that is the evidence of agreement. So this is the data analysis of the conventional to green spread. And as you see, there was a 70% positive, and the green conventional to green spread was up to like 10 basis point to 30 basis point. And this can be an evidence of premium. However, as in the literature review, it was the difference between in that time it was from the premium was about 5 basis point to 15 basis point. And if it may seem that the spread increased over time, but considering the growth of the green bond market and Apple's effort to they published green bond analysis report to the stakeholders to show they used the proceeds of the green bonds to make an essential and practical environmental impact to the society. So despite the efforts, in my opinion, the conventional to green spread was not enough, not sufficient. So this is about the spread regarding the second green bond, and this is the third regarding the third green bond Apple issued. And the orange is the spread, but as I mentioned, the coupon rate did not match since the third green bond was 0.5%, and the comparison target, the conventional bond, had a coupon rate of 2%. So I'm not sure if this is right, but since they have the different coupon rate, I have to adjust it like about 4 times of the YTM. So I multiplied 4 on the green bonds YTM and generated conventional to green spread and looked at the blue line. Both of them showed not very much positive spread, and this kind of graph showed because it means that it had not a premium, but almost more closer to a D premium. So this was the result analyzed by the data. So in conclusion, despite the effort of Apple and the growth and the emerge of the green bond market, in my research, there was still scarce evidence of premium. And the reason, because of I am questioning if it was about greenwashing. But these kind of concerns were mentioned in the previous literature review, and in the qualitative data, it seemed that Apple and the entire green bond market improved to eliminating the concerns of greenwashing, but the market didn't respond to this kind of effort by now. So there's still scarce evidence of premium. And even in this third green bonds price and YTM data is very surprising because after the beginning of 2022, the price steeply declined to almost 80% of the par value, making it the YTM almost like 2 to 4% when the coupon rate is 0.5%, which is a very low price and a really very high YTM. And this compared to all of the other conventional bonds that Apple issued. And this is actually a more evidence that greenment does not exist. So the conclusion is that there's still scarce evidence of greenment in this green bond market today. So further research and observations required. But the limitation is that especially for the third green bond issued, is that they didn't have a similar comparing conventional bond for it because the coupon rate did not match and the issuing and maturity period did not match. It was an alternative conventional bond to analyze. But even though looking at the second green bond, the conventional to green spread did not show as much as I expected. So the paper was all about tracking the evidence agreement, but the conclusion was that there was still scarce evidence of premium. And to make it clear, I will show about the price and YTM data that I analyzed with the Bloomberg data. So this is the data of the green bond and the conventional bonds price in YTM. And as you can see, this cell is about the Apple's third green bond data. And after 2022, for some reason, that these bond price declined very steeply and making the YTM increase to over 2 or 3% until these today. So this is a very notable result. And also looking in Bloomberg, I found the difference in comparable spreads of Apple's third green bond, and average spread and difference showed a very significant difference in between other similar bonds of not the Apple's conventional but other conventional bonds of the similar group, industry group. So in conclusion, there was no evidence, no strong evidence of greenium today in the green bond market right now. And I think that a further research and observation is required, or my method, this study method may not be precise or correct. So further improvement is required. Thank you for listening to my final presentation, and you can give me any criticizations or questions about this paper, and I'd like to really answer them on the YouTube link. Thank you for listening.